Is that time where life can put us in this certain box that you're not so sure, are you supposed to stay in that box? Are you supposed to come out? So we've got someone who's going to help us on how can we manage our depression, how can we put ourselves out of that, how can we be in a place whereby we are okay and we are comfortable with what life has got for us. Mr. Nigel,
yes.
I think you really agree with me that at times life can be so pressing to put us into that corner that you're not aware of what to do, what am I supposed to do, what am I supposed to come out. How can one be in a position to avoid that? How can you, I think it's something that you may go through unaware, but how can you be in a position to avoid things like that?
Mental health awareness is really critical. Things like depression is real. Anxiety attacks, all those things, they are real. And it's a good thing that right now the society is becoming more awakened to such realities and being able to confront, because sometimes people would go through things like this and they didn't even know what it was. They didn't even know who to talk to. They didn't understand. And it's always very hard in life to overcome or to beat something you don't understand. But once you understand that these are normal emotions that you go through as a human being. Stress, it's something that happens when you're under pressure. Anxiety is something that happens when you fearful about the future. And depression is a result of staying in those states for a very long time, where it becomes...
So depression is the end result.
Yes, these things can lead to depression. Exactly, yes. Because I believe that depression is when you get to a point where these moments or emotions of stress and panic attacks and anxiety attacks are actually moments that you're now constantly living in. This is now an attitude, your outlet towards life. Like when you're stressed, sometimes you don't want to talk to anyone. You just want to, put yourself in a corner. But sometimes people come out of stress quickly. Maybe it's for a day or two. But then some people, it changes their lifestyle, it changes who they are, and that's how they begin to live life for the rest of their lives. And they're now in a constant state of depression. So the way to beat that, I'll speak from a personal point of view of things that I've gone through. I've had such moments as those where you're confused about where is life taking me from this point. I had all these plans, all these dreams, but I've made mistakes here and there, and they've taken me way back with regards to my life plan or my life goal. So what really helped me, the first thing was to have a good network of people around me. These can be friends, workmates, relatives, family, loved ones, whatever. But you need to have people that you can count on emotionally for emotional support, because all of us get, in those times where we are overwhelmed, and it may be for different reasons. For some, it may be marital or relationship problems. For some, it may be financial issues. For some, it may be spiritual issues. Whatever it is, the first step is to always acknowledge what's going on and to be able to find help to talk about it, because these things that usually kill us are things that we are harboring inside our hearts, and we don't want to tell people because we don't want to be judged. I don't want people to know that I've made such a terrible mistake. Maybe there were poor financial decisions and now you're in debt. How do I tell Cleo that I'm owing $1,000? Where do I even begin to explain that I made such, bad financial decisions? But once you have people that you can open up to say, look, this is what happened. I really made a terrible mistake and it has landed me here. I'm trying to get out. I just need your support, either financial support or emotional support or spiritual support. Please pray for me. But the moment you have, the moment you are aware that there are people who are also aware of your situation, who are not judging you, but who are supporting you, it helps you to face those battles. So that's the first thing, having a healthy network of people around you. Number two is being able to forgive yourself, because a lot of times the things that we go through are as a result of mistakes that we have made, or sometimes it's because of things that we took for granted. Maybe, like for example, some people may have been in a bad relationship where they were giving it their all. They were doing the best that they can to be the best girlfriend or best boyfriend, but things didn't work out. And now they hate themselves because they trusted somebody who didn't return the love that they showed them. So they're not happy with themselves, and as a result, that self-blame, that feeling of guilt, condemning yourself, is gonna dig a very, very deep hole that you keep sinking and drowning into, and you find it very hard to come out of. So you should train yourself to accept and to acknowledge that in as much as you're trying to do good, you are human and you are bound to make mistakes. There are things that are beyond your natural, normal understanding, things that are beyond your control. So be able to appreciate that you are human. There are things that you don't know, so you may do your best and things will not work out. So be easy on yourself, be able to forgive yourself. Thirdly, it's also important to be able to precondition your mind to deal with such things, because a lot of us, we try to react to these things when they happen, but the best form
of... You should deal with them before they happen.
Yes,
when you're telling me, it's more like be aware.
Exactly.
How to deal with these things, like be someone who prepare.
Exactly.
Something before it happens.
Exactly. Yes, preconditioning your mind to deal with adversity. It's important. It's a very necessary skill that we all need. Even going back to, let's say, our faith, the reason why we read the word, it's not like you need encouragement every day. Some days things are just flowing naturally and easily and you don't need encouragement. But the reason why you still need to read the word is so that when that day comes, you have the strength, you have built up your inner man, you have energized, and you have prepared yourself psychologically, mentally, because however you're going to react when something happens is dependent upon
what you feed yourself.
Exactly. So it's
because if there's nothing in you, you're just going to bring what is in you.
Exactly.
Either it's good or it's bad.
Exactly. So if you're empty inside, if you're not filling up yourself with something that is good, something that is positive, exactly, you're gonna scream, you're gonna cry, you're gonna, and
sound that doesn't help.
Exactly. But if you constantly always tell yourself, I am fearfully and wonderfully made, I am beautiful, I am made in the image of God, I am powerful, I am anointed, I am blessed in all things, I am an overcomer, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, I am loved by God. When you tell yourself these things, when a situation comes, those things that you have been saying before are the things that are going to rise to the surface of your... Exactly. So it's always really important to prepare yourself and to train yourself mentally and emotionally to just really precondition your mind to face all the adversity that life may throw at you. And most importantly, it's always important to pray. I know sometimes we take prayer for granted. We feel like if we are praying, I'm going to have to wait for God to intervene. I don't know when He's going to give me an answer, but this issue is pressing me right now. But you must always know that the number one thing that the devil is trying to stop you from doing is praying, because he knows that when you connect to spiritual realities, when you connect to your Father, when you connect to what God has promised, then you are finding your way out of the situation. So the devil tries to distract you. He tries to make sure that you're going to try everything else. Run to person A, B, C, and D. Try to talk to this person and that person. Try this method and that method, and not pray. But the moment you pray, you are giving God an allowance to intervene in your situation, because God does not force Himself on our situations. God does not force Himself in our circumstances. One speaker actually says, it seems that God will not do anything unless we pray, because God has given you when God gives you life, you are the custodian of your life. He has given you full right. So you have that room to do whatever you want, to involve Him or to not. So the moment you pray, you're creating a platform to allow the divine to intervene in what you're doing. So you're calling divine intervention. So it's really important to pray when you are faced with such circumstances, but to know above all that you're completely human. What you are feeling is nothing out of the ordinary, nothing out of the usual. These are things that people go through. You shouldn't blame yourself. You shouldn't call yourself weak simply because you are feeling the way you are feeling. It's an emotion, or it's a state, or it's a season, or whatever you are going through. Exactly. So just soldier through it, talk to people, pray to God, believe in yourself, precondition your mind. These are the things that really should be able to help people deal with things that affect their mental health.
Wow. Nigel actually tells us that we need people, we need to forgive ourselves,
Yeah.
we need to pray,
Yeah.
we need to
train our minds, yeah, to prepare our minds for.
To prepare our minds, we should train our minds almost every day. Given a choice, the other thing that you have mentioned is we should be able to feed ourselves with the word of God,
yeah,
so that when anything that is outside comes and try to hinder us, already you're full with things that you know are going to help you. I believe and I really know that by so doing, just try it and you'd see if it doesn't change your life. It's not nice and it's not good for you to be in that place where you're stressed.
True.
It's not good for you to be in that place where you're afraid of things that you're not seeing at times.
Yeah.
You can be afraid of things that they're
That's
not
true.
seeing.
Yeah.
It's not good for you to be in that state or in that place. So you should be able to put these things together and you can change your life and you can be a better person and be the best version of yourself. Nigel, we thank you so much.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
We really appreciate you for your time. It is amazing to hear from you. And I know that the world will not be the same with people like you. We pray that God will give as many people like you.
Thank you.
So that we'll see a difference and things can begin to change.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.